I'm not gonna lie, I have been fighting guilt for my entire life. And if you've ever been the good girl or the reliable one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Being a recovering good girl, finally learning to say no, does come with freedom, but it also comes with a lot of guilt. So in today's video, I really want to talk about why good girls feel so much guilt, where it actually comes from, and how we can start to reframe it and hop quickly on the road towards reclaiming our peace. Let's jump right in and not waste any more of our precious time. If you're anything like me, doing what people have asked you to do has been hammered into your psyche from a very, very young age. You probably learned if you don't listen, if you don't show up exactly the way people want you to show up, you'll be punished, or worse, exiled. Now, maybe for you it wasn't literal exile, but for me, as a little girl, as a young one, I hated conflict. I hated the idea of my parents being disappointed in me. If I wasn't perfect or didn't have it all together, I beat myself up. Now, I will say that I was naturally a rule follower, okay? But my main driver was validation from my parents because I wanted my mom and dad to be happy with me. If I struggled, I hid it. And if I made a mistake, I would mask it. Little by little, being a good girl became more than just a behavior. It became my identity. It's only within the last couple of years that I truly started to question or challenge this conditioning. I asked myself, who am I without being the one that everyone relies on? Will I still matter if I stop helping? Will I still deserve good things if I put myself first? Here's the truth, okay? I do enjoy helping people. That part is real. But I also had to ask, what happens when I stop doing it at the cost of myself? So I started small. I started speaking up for myself, saying exactly what was on my mind more, resting when I was actually tired, and stopping when I was burnt out. And here's what I found. Challenging my conditioning didn't end up as all sunshine and rainbows. It came with its own challenge. A challenge inside of a challenge, perhaps. And that challenge was guilt. Because when you step out of a role that you've played for your entire freaking life, a role that you've worn like a badge of honor, it feels wrong at first. It feels uncomfortable. And sometimes it spirals into shame. Where'd you go? Number one, we feel like we're letting people down. When you've spent your whole life serving, not serving is gonna feel unnatural. It kind of feels like you've committed a crime and you should be locked up for eternity, which is insane. Number two, sometimes people do react negatively when we stop defaulting to being the fixer. And yes, they might guilt trip you on top of the guilt trip you're already feeling on your own. And that's exactly what happened to me, literally today. So I manage my family's business. My parents own it, and I manage the front desk, the scheduling, just the general operations, right? Recently, on their own, my parents decided to switch internet and phone providers. And it was their choice, their accounts, their money, their responsibility, right? So I didn't concern myself with it, okay? I had a million other things to do on a daily basis. But guess what comes with changing internet service providers? There's labor and little micro tasks to get it done. And also, guess what? Every time there's a micro task, guess who they throw it to? Me. Because in their minds, Dami handles everything, not just at work, but even in the family dynamic. So today, when the new internet guys came, whatever they asked me, I showed them. Wi-Fi passwords, just general tech connectivity stuff. But the final step, only the account owner could complete. And the account owner is my dad. So I relayed the final instructions from the internet guys to my dad. And what does he text me back? You're wanting me to do this? Yeah, you are the account owner. I can't make direct changes to anything to do with this. My name is not on the account. Now, old me would have scrambled, trying to hurry up and find a way to do it on his behalf, even though technically that was not my place. But this time I thought, this is not my responsibility. This is his. I'm not wrong for holding that line. But even knowing that, in my heart, I still felt the guilt kind of bubble up within me. On top of the guilt trip, he decided to just toss in there at me too. I almost screamed at the top of my lungs. No! No! However, here's the reframe that I thought about on my way home, and maybe it'll help you too. Fixing everything is not your identity. I know that's what they tried to make you believe, okay? But it's not true. It's a lie. They lied. Get clear on what's your responsibility versus what's not your responsibility. Now, in my case today, my only responsibility was relaying the necessary information to the account owner. Anything beyond that was my dad's responsibility. Name your feelings out loud. Say to yourself, yes, I feel a little guilty right now, but the guilt that anybody else is trying to project onto me is not mine to carry. You have to repeat to yourself, I'm not doing anything wrong, because everyone will survive, all right? You don't have to save the day every day. Treat yourself. Reward yourself for choosing yourself. If you set a boundary, if you said no, do something small to treat yourself. Have your favorite snack, take a bath, take a walk. You have to retrain your brain to enjoy choosing you. So yes, when the good girl stops playing Miss Fix-It-All, guilt may show up. And sometimes people will try to stack more guilt on top of your already overflowing plate. But it doesn't mean you have to eat it. Put that fork down now. And it doesn't mean you're wrong. It simply means that you're rewriting an old script. Well, that's all I have for this video. Please let me know what you think in the comments. When is the last time you felt guilty for choosing yourself? As always, stay gorgeous, and I will see you in the next one.